Hello everybody, my name is Jude and this is Lammy, and together we are Little Lamb Tales. This week's story is a traditional story, so you may know it. If you want to join in, you can. Are we ready? This is one of Lammy's favourites. He's very excited. Once upon a time, on a farm, there was a mummy pig, and she lived with her 3 little pigs. One day, Mummy Pig said to the 3 little pigs, "You're getting quite big now. It's time you went and built your own houses. I'll come and see you on Sunday for dinner." Off you go. And so the 3 little pigs set off, and off they wandered, and they passed 3 piles of things. There was a pile of straw, a pile of sticks, and a pile of bricks. And the first little pig said, that straw looks nice and cosy. I'm going to make my house with that." And she gathered up all the straw and she took it off, and she found a nice patch and she built her little house and sat down to enjoy a cup of tea. The second little pig saw all the sticks and thought, "Oh, they look nice and strong. I'll use those to make my house." And he gathered them up and he took them off, and he found a nice little patch and he made his house and he sat down and had a cup of tea. Well, the last little pig saw the house, the pile of bricks, and thought, "They look really strong. I'm going to use those to make my house." And so she made sure she got all her friends to help her move the bricks because they were very heavy, until she found a nice patch where she could build her house. And eventually, it took her a bit longer than the other pigs, but eventually she had a lovely house and she sat down with a cup of tea. Uh-oh. Do you know who lived near those pigs? That's right, it was the big bad wolf, and he loved to eat piggies. And he heard there were 3 new pigs in town who'd built houses. "Aha," said the big bad wolf, "I think I should go and pay them a visit." So the very next day he set off. No, Lammy's scared. And he came to the house of straw where the first little pig was. And the wolf knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in." And the little pig said, No, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin." And the wolf said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." And the wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house of straw down, and the poor little pig went, "Ee!" And off she went to join her brother in his house of sticks. And the 2 little pigs sat inside the house of sticks, and they thought, "Oh no, he's coming here next." And they were right. The big bad wolf came to the house of sticks, and he knocked on the door and he said, little pigs, let me come in." And the little pig said, No, not by the hair on our chinny chin chin." And the wolf said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." And the wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in. And the 2 little pigs ran as quick as they could to join their sister in her house and bring them, let us in, the big bad wolf is coming." And so all the 3 pigs sat inside the house of bricks, and the big bad wolf was coming. But the little pig who owned the house of bricks said, "I've had an idea. I know, let's put the big cooking pot on the fire to cook." So they filled it with water and they lit a fire under the chimney, and they sat in the house like this. And eventually the big bad wolf came to the door and he knocked on the door and he said, little pigs, let me come in." And the pig said, "No, not by the hair on our chinny chin chin." And the wolf said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." And he huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, and the house would not blow in. And the wolf was very cross, and so he thought, right, and he climbed up and up and up onto the roof, and he looked down the chimney. And he said, little pigs, I'm coming to get you. And he got in the chimney and he climbed down, down, until he got to the bottom of the chimney. And then, do you know what happened? He burnt his bottom on the water, and he shot straight back up out of the chimney and out into the woods. And do you know something? He never came back. And as for the 3 little pigs, well, they all decided that bricks were the best thing for houses, and they made 3 houses next to each other, and that Sunday their mummy did come and she had a lovely roast dinner with them, but it wasn't pig. The end. We hope you enjoyed that story. It's one of Lammy's favourites. If you did, maybe you could tell your friends all about Little Lamb Tales. And maybe you could join us next week for another story. Thanks very much for watching. Bye!